Hi guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. This is a price analysis update on Multivac, which is ticker MTV. Firstly, we'll take a look at the last week's video that I did and have a look at those levels which I didn't mention, and then we'll go forward and have a look at some new key levels where we could potentially invest and some new levels to aim for, because we're not far from all-time highs still, and once we start pushing back up to this 2.4 cent, things are really going to start to get moving. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and let's crack on. So welcome, this channel is in partnership with Cointelegraph Markets Pro. If you want to get one step ahead of the game, go ahead and check their platform out. Vortex scores, newsquakes, there's a lot going on the platform. You can see the full project review on the front page of my YouTube, so go ahead and check that out. So Multivac, this is the previous video from last week. And I was looking around here for buys at the 618 level, and that was at 14 cent. And I did say ladder them down, ladder a few down to this region down here, potential tap at moving average 50. So that's what we talked about. And then going to the current point here, this is where I marked up. So we did hit buys at that range, and we pretty much used that 618 as support and then pushed to the upside. So we did not come down to this region where I said, but we have hit a couple of those orders. So if you did put some orders in from that 618 down in and laddered a few down, you would have picked up at least a couple there. So we have hit that 618, pushed to upside. Again, we've rejected from up here at around 2.4 cent, very close to all-time highs. And then over the course of the last 6 to 7 days, we've just been bleeding down a little bit. And again, we've been closest 618. We've wicked right down to 1.5 cent. So get rid of that. We'll look what's going on currently. We obviously had that impulse move up, all-time highs. When was that all-time highs there? Back on the 6th of September. Again with impulse move up and impulse move down. So that means that two areas now have been pretty much tapped and rejected off. Third time lucky for me, I would say. Once we do get up here, we will break through and start creating some all-time highs. But let's just have a look at a couple of buy zones. And for me, there's not much areas below I would be targeting really, because I think the market's starting to turn around now. If you're looking for some buys though, I would still look at this region here where we've wicked down. So that's at 0.0159. So that's the area I would potentially look at buying. I mean, if the market did get a major sell-off, you could again look back down to this region at pretty much 1 cent. But for me, I think we've been down to this area, and if you look, didn't really get any closures. I mean, this has been a key spot. If you look there, rejection, support, support, support all the way through, and then support again. So 1.59 cent is that area where the demand and the liquidity is and where people are looking to buy. So for me, that's the area I will be placing some orders in, and we'll just put that there. And here we can just type orders, so that will give me a good idea where we could potentially look at targeting if the market does pull down. I mean, it's not even that far down. If you look at that in terms of a bit of a price range from current prices, you're only looking at a 11% drop, and we do know that crypto is highly volatile. So that's a buy zones there. I'm not going to look any lower. I mean, I did say this region here is a potential, but that would only happen if Bitcoin got a shakeout. And just looking at Bitcoin currently, it's at 43,500. This area here, this green band, was a solid area of support all the way through, and now it's looking like it's a bit of a tough area to break through, because we've double topped up there, come back down, and 1, 2, 3 taps of this area of resistance. I think once we do break through that, then we can start pushing back up towards 50k. But with that, we just need to wait, because if we do reject and start coming back down to 38k, ultimately that's going to bring all the rest of the market with it, and that's when you'll fill up some nice orders on your Multivac. So that's that pair pretty much covered. In terms of technical analysis, there's not much to go off right now. I mean, you could say that we are forming a bit of a bullish pendant potentially here, if you're looking at this down here, or you could say even a falling wedge, you could say. So that's potentially a falling wedge where you could be looking at getting a breakout very, very soon, a breakout to the upside. Let's see if we get some more orders filled here before the price does start to push up. If we just mark out with a little arrow. There you go. So that's what I'm looking for, a push back up to some all-time highs there. So that's a falling wedge incoming. Let's see if we break the upside. I've seen a few falling wedges which have broke to the downside recently, but I think that's just due to the general month of September being quite bearish. So that's that pair pretty much covered. Buys, and if we look at some sell zones actually, I want to do this in more of a bit of a price prediction format. So if we just zoom out, we're able to look at this entire move. So we've obviously done a full retracement from there. So if you look at this as a top move, all the way down to the bottom. We're going to disregard that wick, and we'll look at that because that's a clear bottom wick there, and several touches there. So in terms of price predictions over the course of the next, I don't know what you say, the next 3 months leading up to December, we can have a look at some of these levels here. So 2.272 is always a great area. That's at 3.8 cent, 5.7 cent, and then we've got 10 cent up there. For me, 10 cent is a minimum target for me. I think we will get there, because this is not really seeing major growth yet. There's a lot coming to the table. The fundamentals of this are solid, but just the fact of the TPS and the scalability of the network, I think once people start to find out about this, they'll start throwing money at it. And 10 cent is my first target. I know you're thinking, right, Andy, that's a long way off. We're only 1.8 cent now, but I think it will happen. So I'm just loading up now. I've bought some more recently, just before the weekend, before I went to Edinburgh on a stag do. That's why my voice sounds like Terminator, because I'm highly hungover. But yeah, I bought some on Thursday, and if we do drop back down to this region again, I would buy some more. But for me, I think the end of September is arriving. October is notoriously and historically a bullish month for crypto, so fingers crossed things start to pick up soon. But if it did drop, just take it as an opportunity and use that to your advantage to fill up your bags. So that's going to do it for this video today. Just some price analysis only on the Tether pair. We're not going to look at the BTC pair today because I'm still waiting for a breakout on BTC. Once that does break out or break down, we'll do some more analysis on the BTC pair and see if we can grow some Satoshis. So that's going to do it for today's video. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.